To solve the given equation, we need to find the value of the variable that satisfies the equation or makes the equation true. In order to do this, we need to isolate the variable on one side of the equation. Notice how this equation has a fraction, and therefore we will first clear the parentheses and then clear the fractions from the equation by multiplying both sides of the equation by the least common denominator. So again, the first step is to clear the parentheses on the left by distributing 3/4. And remember, we can think of 2 as 2 over 1. Distributing 3/4 times x is 3/4 x minus 3/4 times 2, or 3/4 times 2 over 1, is equal to 6/4. And then we still have minus 3 equals 3. Now notice how we could simplify 6/4. However, we are going to clear the fractions from the equation by multiplying both sides of the equation by the least common denominator, which we can see is equal to 4. So when we have fractions in an equation, we need to decide whether we want to work with the fractions in the equation and then isolate the variable, or first clear the fractions from the equation and then isolate the variable. And again, in this video, we will be clearing the fractions from the equation. So for the next step, we will multiply both sides of the equation by 4. And now let's go ahead and show the three products on the left. We have 4 times 3/4 x minus 4 times 6/4 minus 4 times 3 equals, on the right side, 4 times 3. And now to determine each product. With the products involving fractions, let's write 4 as a fraction with the denominator of 1. And now for the first product, we will simplify out the common factors between the numerators and denominators. Notice how we have a common factor of 4 between the numerator and denominator. 4 divided by 4 simplifies to 1 in the numerator and the denominator. Notice now we just have 1 times 3x, which is 3x. And then we have minus, again simplifying before multiplying. 4 divided by 4 simplifies to 1 in the numerator and denominator, giving us just 1 times 6, and therefore we have minus 6. And then we have minus 4 times 3, which is minus 12, equals 4 times 3, which is positive 12. Notice by multiplying both sides of the equation by the LCD, we now have an equivalent equation that no longer contains fractions. So now solving this equation, the next step is to combine like terms on the left. Negative 6 minus 12 is negative 18. The left side simplifies to 3x minus 18 equals 12. Next, we add or subtract to isolate the variable term. To isolate 3x, we undo minus 18 by adding 18 to both sides of the equation. Simplifying, we now have 3x, and then negative 18 plus 18 is 0, giving us 3x equals 12 plus 18, which is 30. The last step is to multiply or divide in order to isolate the variable. And since 3x means 3 times x, to undo the multiplication, we divide both sides by 3. Simplifying, 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. 1 times x is x. We have x equals 30 divided by 3, which is 10. The solution to the equation is x equals 10. And let's go ahead and check this by verifying if we substitute 10 for x into the original equation, it will satisfy the equation. Performing the substitution gives us 3/4 times the quantity 10 minus 2 minus 3 equals 3. And now let's evaluate the left side on the calculator. Notice how the left side does simplify to 3, which gives us 3 equals 3, which is true, verifying the solution is correct.